Right, there are a lot of people those are going to be joining in, right? And a lot of people have joined. Okay, we are, I think, live on YouTube as well. But before we start in, it's important to get a confirmation from the people those who have joined on Zoom, as well as from the people those who have connected on YouTube as well, right? Whether my audio video is clear, whether my audio video is clear, audio और video clear है क्या बता दो. YouTube से तो आवाज आ रही है मेरे को. हाँ, तो इस वेदर माय ऑडियो वीडियो इज क्लियर और नॉट, फटाफट फटाफट बता दीजिए. जूम की जनता, राइट, और यूट्यूब की जनता, अब बता दो, राइट. वी आर डायरेक्टली कनेक्टिंग द मेंटर फ्रॉम दुबई, राइट. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू गेट अ कंफर्मेशन बिफोर वी स्टार्ट, राइट. इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू गेट अ कंफर्मेशन. यूट्यूब की जनता फटाफट अपने दोस्तों तक ये मीटिंग लिंक पहुंच जानी चाहिए, राइट. फटाफट अपने दोस्तों तक ये मीटिंग लिंक पहुंच जानी चाहिए, राइट. फटाफट फटाफट फटाफट. आई वांट अ कंफर्मेशन फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ यू गाइस दोस आर सिटिंग ऑन यूट्यूब. यूट्यूब वाले थोड़े से शर्माते हैं, आई डोंट नो व्हाई, राइट. But great. Welcome everyone, and really happy to see. I think more than 150 or 200 people are watching us live, and I think more people will be joining in. So we might reach a count of 300 or 400 live chartered accountants, those who want to go to Dubai or want to go to a foreign country. But I don't know. I wanted to know the reason before we start the session, and it's important for a mentor also, those who have connected us from Dubai, to know ki why you're here, kya chahiye aapko, right? Because your end goal is something which is very, very important for us. So we just wanted to know why you want to go to Dubai or why you want to travel abroad, right? क्यों जाना चाहते हो? One reason which I wanted you to put it in the chat box. What is the one reason why you have joined this session? Or what is the one factor which motivates you to travel outside India? Okay, someone is saying work-life balance. Oh my God. Okay. Someone is saying numbers. Numbers about what, beta? Someone is saying पैसा बोलता है, sir. Okay, पैसा, 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 पैसा. I could see the series of पैसा, पैसा, पैसा coming in. Someone is saying indirect tax laws are tough in India, so I wanted to move abroad. Okay. Someone is saying emerging opportunities. Okay. Someone is saying new experience. Okay. अच्छा, better exposure, global exposure, global exposure. One is the work-life balance. एक बार जाके आना है बस. ओए होए 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 होए, वो तो ऐसे ही चले जाइए ट्रिप पे, है ना. टू सेव टैक्स. अच्छा, ठीक है. आई थिंक दिस गाय हैव सेशन टेकन माय सेशन वेरी सीरियसली. समवन इज सेइंग स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग विल इंप्रूव. ओके. अच्छा, मैरिड एंड लैंडेड हियर. ओके. समवन इज सेइंग दैट आई एम ऑलरेडी मैरिड एंड आई डोंट हैव अ चॉइस एंड आई हैव लैंडेड टू दुबई. ओके. अच्छा, अब इसको देख के फ्यू पीपल विल से मुझे शादी करना है इसलिए दुबई जाना है. ओके, ऑलराइट. नो प्रॉब्लम. डिफरेंट पीपल हैव अ different perception of joining and going to Dubai, right? So without wasting much of our time, we have our mentor who have joined in, right? We have Bhavesh sir here. Bhavesh sir is a gem of a person, right? Every time when it comes to Dubai, the next thing which comes to my mind is a Bhavesh Bhai, right? So Bhavesh Bhai have guided a lot of students. He has helped a lot of students of CA Monk and GIR and other than CA Monk also to get into the domains and the companies in Dubai. He has mentored a lot of people out, right? And trust me, he's a gem of a person. So I want every one of you who are sitting here, right, to please unmute themselves, keep their videos on, and it's time to welcome him. इतने जोर से ताली बजाओ कि तालियों की आवाज आज दुबई तक पहुंच जाए, राइट. वीडियो ऑन करके, अनम्यूट करके जोरदार तालियों के साथ भावेश भाई का वेलकम करेंगे.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome,
Thank you.
sir.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir.
Habibi,
Welcome,
welcome
sir.
to India.
पूरा
Welcome,
बुर्ज
sir.
खलीफा तक पहुंच गई सर ये.
Welcome, sir.
Burra, burra.
What is that? Oh my. I could see the excitement and the energy level you guys are carrying in. Really happy to have all of you guys watching in. Right. Really happy to for all of you guys those who are connected from YouTube. And thanks, Bhavesh Bhai, for joining us. Right. And it's always pleasure to host you because I know that this video is gonna be a houseful video in terms of after 1 month or so, if I see this video, it is going to be having more than 10,000, 15,000 views, right? So this is something which Bhavesh Bhai always loves to contribute and help to a CA community, right? So thanks, Bhavesh Bhai, for joining in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So great. Without wasting much of our time, we'll keep the session more on a podcast mode, right? So that we can cover all of the important session, all of the important topics and the questions which are frequently asked by students. And after that is done, we'll open the forum for Q&A, which is there, right? So Bhavesh Bhai, सबसे पहला सवाल which I wanted to ask on behalf of all of the students, and that is why someone should look to work and explore a global opportunities other than India, and what motivated you to travel abroad?
So, to be very honest, for anybody who is watching, in India, we are too many in too small a land. That's my hypothesis that we are 2.5% of world's land and 18% of world's population. So rather than fighting for same share of bread, few people move out and make space for others. At the same time, opportunities outside are much bigger, much better. And I was looking at this reel on Instagram where somebody says that Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, everybody had to leave their house to become somebody. Like whether it's a Gandhiji, whoever, everybody left their home and came back, maybe and contributed in bigger way. So when you explore, when you travel, it has its own benefit. Why I left? Because I was not getting job in India. To be very honest, I was getting job which was so bad that maybe it was not even good for my survival. So just to give you a brief, I got job with some reference for 15,000 rupees in 2004 when I qualified, and that too after 3 months. So technically July my result आया 14 July something, and up to October I was literally going to people saying that somebody gave the job, and then one very close friend had very strong reference of me, and somebody gave me job. 15 days I worked there, and one of my relative messaged me on Yahoo chat. That time there was no Google or something. So she messaged me saying that तेरे को दुबई आना है. So I told no initially because I never understood what is the proposition. And then she told me that you will get salary around 100,000 per month. And I was like, I'm interested. And then I asked her how, and then she explained me. Her husband was working in a decent firm, and that firm had a vacancy. So she told, make your CV and send. We'll figure out. And fortunately, everything happened where it was expected, and that's how I landed for the first time. But as I grew, I see a lot of things. Like previously I used to tell people that obviously Dubai do not have tax, and that's why half of the world comes to Dubai. It's not now only Indians come to Dubai. Yeah, like people from UK comes to Dubai, people from Ireland comes to Dubai, and I see a lot of them. Like previously it was majority Indian, Pakistani or Bangladeshi, and not too many from these countries. Now I see like their share going up to an extent, because not having tax is a big plus for sure. Because when you are earning and your saving is compounding at a higher rate, it changes entire ball game for you. Like by if you start at 27, 28, and by the time you're 40, you're financially free in every sense, so you don't need to worry, kind of. Fortunately we've reached that stage, and that's why we try to help others. So no tax is one thing. Dubai is one of the world's best infrastructure. So I have a friend who went to Paris, and I was like, how was it? It was like, to be very honest, you should not say this because people will think you are mad. But roads were too narrow. Hotel where I stayed was 5 star, but stairs were broken. They charge you for going to washroom. So he was like, it did not make sense because if you go to US for trolley outside the airport, they charge $5 or something. In Dubai, everything like technically public infrastructure is free, free, free. So because government here is super generous in that sense. So no tax, fantastic infrastructure. And one of the other thing which you might not appreciate, but sun throughout the year is big plus. So people who are staying in UK or people who are staying in Canada or Russia, uh, Canada and Russia get Russia has a place which is minus 62 degree. Canada is minus 40 in peak winter. And fortunately, Dubai, at least throughout the year, you get to see the sun. When you are little feverish or cold, you start feeling I need to find some sun, and I go to my pool, sit there half an hour, and I feel again charged up. Like you get natural vitamin D from sun, which is priceless. As much as it is underrated, Dubai has sun throughout the year is big plus. So these are the reasons given to me by people like British. Like I have a lot of people from Europe, and these people say these are the key reasons they come to Dubai. Apart from for us, opportunity is big thing. Like whenever I help somebody to come from India and they come here and join some organization, they are never fired. They're promoted. They're like few people are there forever. Like I am 9.5 years in the same organization. Indians appreciate good work and little bit of respect, and here people treat you fairly. Like compared to India, you will be treated much better because they don't find good resource. And in finance, continuity is also a very big thing. So every 6 months, if accountant is leaving, you don't know where this company is heading for sure. So your accountant, your finance people are staying in the organization, company can grow exponentially. So these are the reasons, to be very honest, why people come to Dubai.
Got it, got it. I am feeling like by the end of a session, people will be like, "Ab Dubai ja raha hu main." Right? I think these are the wordings which people are gonna be saying. That is a vibe which I am gonna be getting now. But really happy that you have shared the honest feedback. So Bhavesh bhai, what could be a good reason for a CA fresher to go to Dubai? And that is one. And second, we'll go the step by step process. What is the next course of action? Because I think you convince a lot of people that okay, I should go to Dubai. There's a good exposure. People will save taxes. They'll become financially free at the age of 40, right? But now a lot of people are thinking, चलो अब ठीक है यार कुछ तो अच्छा बोल रहे हैं, right? And I can think of getting into Dubai. But the biggest question lies is number one, how to go. Number two, घर वाले allow करेंगे कि नहीं? That is second. Third, how to figure out all the processes which is there because many of the people feel like it's going outside India going is always a tougher job, right? So what are the processes and steps? So we'll go one by one, right? And first, what could be a good motivating factor for a CA fresher to go outside India?
So, freshers in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, they get around 6 lakhs, 7 lakh, 9 lakh max. Here you get 30 lakh minimum. So, that is good enough reason. Like, genuinely, lot of people. Yesterday, one of my friend told that I have one friend in Rajkot and he's very confused. So I picked up a call and I told him 5 things. And after that, he was convinced. And he was like, I'm very clear. But I knew what I'm saying, which makes him very clear. So, say, for example, somebody who is fresher, if he starts thinking I get saving of 15 to 20 lakhs, his mind starts getting attracted towards that. And that's what like my relative did back then. And this is truth. Like, I'm not telling any lie. You can easily get 9 to 10,000 dirham, and this is not CTC. In UAE, what they say is your salary is what you get in your bank account as per the wage protection system. So your leave salary is over and above, your air ticket is over and above to India, your visa is over and above, your insurance is over and above, your gratuity is over and above. So, when 9,000 into, say, 22 and a half becomes less than 30, all this will add to make it 30, 35, right? So that's how 30 35 is given minimum salary. Second thing is, when you have kids, when you are struggling, at that time, if you try to move, what happens? It becomes challenging. If you are single, it's easy to move any part of the world, right? And one of the best thing which has happened to me after doing Shivam session is I get at least 50% of people who call me are girls. And I have girl coming from Vidarbha, I have girl coming from UP. I don't know where Achal is from. She called me today saying that sir session kar rahe ho. And then she called me and told me that sir एक session के बाद मेरी life change हो गई. She's I've forgotten where she's from, but maybe Madhya Pradesh. So I have girls coming from Punjab, and these are single girls who are coming on their own. Like, I have maybe they have seen the session, maybe they have spoken to me once, and they come here and find the job. And that's very satisfying for me that somebody calling and telling your one video changed my life kind of. I sometimes go to ICI chapter and there are few people waiting to say hi. And I'm not so like I know that I'm not doing very great services. Their initiative and their action, but yeah, little bit of guidance can change somebody's life. Then I'm always on. Kind of that's the discussion always. Um, so
Got
yeah, money is obviously the biggest motivator. Second thing is early in your life, if you start doing something, it goes long way. So when you are 24 or 25 or 27 and you come here, it's much easier to adjust rather than you adjust at 35 with wife and kid. So that's second point. And by the time if you come, like once you have the job also, once you don't have anything, it's easy to move. Once you have something, you think, should I put resignation and go? Or should I put a leave and go? And if you give leave, typically you get 15 days leave. You need at least 45 days to get the job. So for freshers, it's much easier to move because you don't have much, like, you don't have your opportunity cost is technically zero, so to say. And that's why it's much easier decision to make. And once you act on it, I think there is enough here. The process part of it, you start adding 50, say 25 to 50 people on LinkedIn every day in UAE. in accounts and finance, maybe HR up to some extent. If you get some CEO or something, you can connect. If you see opening in any company, you should add receptionist in that company also, because once you add receptionist and she adds you, you get second level contact. Like, then all other people in that company start showing up on your suggestions. So
Okay.
once you start
So
adding, yeah, sure.
just to stop you here, since you mentioned that average CA fresher will get somewhere around 30 lakhs in Dubai, right, which is there. Now, I also want you to just cover the unit economics in terms of what is the cost of living per month, right, and what is going to be an average saving, and then we'll move to the process that how
Sure.
students can apply.
So people who come here generally, I suggest people not to stay alone. So if you take 1 BHK and you stay alone, then you will spend around 7-8 thousand. But if you're ready to share your apartment, and generally people are, we Indian are very accommodative. So say for example, if I am Jain and I'm vegetarian, you will find another 3-4 chartered accountants who are Jain, and all of them stay in one apartment, which is 2 BHK. So in a room, maybe two, kind of. 1500 dirham is rent. Food is around
Okay.
1000. Communication and entertainment is another 1000. I'll add another 1000 to it. Say, for example, every week in Dubai, there is some concert or cricket match, and people go, like youngsters go, whether it's a Punjabi pop event or whether A.R. Rahman is coming or whether Atif Aslam is coming. People generally like entertainment and all. So, all in all, 5,000 is sufficient for somebody to stay in Dubai as a bachelor if you are ready to share the apartment. So, that's first part. What was the next
Okay.
question?
So approximately they'll be able to save 4,000 dirhams, which is there.
Yeah, 4 to 5,000. And the best part is in 3 years, you will double your salary, but your expenses will not double. So that's
Okay.
another thing. So don't come for day one. Maybe at day one, economics is still looking narrow. 5,000 dirham, like what you make in India, that is what you are saving. But say, for example, today I earn, uh, say, 1.5 crore. My expenses will not be 75 lakh. So the point is, my expenses is 30 to 35%. Now, whatever lavishly I live, still it will not go to 50% of my salary. And that's where the fun starts. Like fun starts when you have, say, 60-65% saving, and 5 years you earn at that rate, and you are done with your financial freedom, so to say. Then you are working because you enjoy working, or
Got
you
it. Got it.
don't work because you don't enjoy working, whatever be it.
Got it. Got it. So on an approximately, just to summarize, approximately you'll get 9,000 to 10,000 dirhams, right? Which is somewhere around 2 and 2.5 lakh for a month, right? And if I calculate about the expenses, right, you'll be having on a higher
Ah,
side 5,000 dirhams, right? Which is there, and you'll be able to save somewhere around 4,000 dirhams. If I multiply it by 22, it comes somewhere around 80-85,000 आप महीने के बचा लोगे, right? If you're again doing it, अगर आप ए आर रहमान के कॉन्सर्ट में नहीं जा रहे हो, you're saving that money also, so you can make it somewhere around 1.2 lakh as a saving, which is your earning in India, right? So that
yeah.
is what we just wanted to summarize it. Okay, perfect. Sir, moving to the next step, अब convince हो गया हूं मैं, अब पैसे दिख रहे हैं, तब तो दिमाग चल रहा है, right? कि I'll be getting 1,20,000 a month as a part of saving. Now the next question is, what is the first step I need to do? Sir, आज decide कर लिया जा रहा हूँ दुबई. So what is the first step I need to do now, and what is the step which I need to follow for next upcoming days so that I can land up a job in Dubai?
So generally, I suggest 30 to 40 days after dinner, maybe 45 minutes. If you sit on LinkedIn and start connecting right people, you will have network of around 900 to 1,000 people, which is required, because those people posting job, or those people liking job, or those people, when you start interacting, you can ask what is the salary, or is it easy to find the job, like basic questions which will then connect you to them. And generally, I say this, until unless you don't connect with somebody, your problem is your problem, their problem is their problem. As soon as you connect, your problem becomes their problem also. So people will start helping at some point. And once you have those connections, it helps tremendously, whether it's finding a place to stay here, or whether it is, referring you somewhere. Like, today only just one guy sent me saying that, sir, I am asked to reference check. Can I put your name? I was like, sure. This is my mobile number. This is my address. This is my, like, whatever you need, email ID official. Take, I'll happy to refer you. So, you need those people, right? For whatever reason, So as soon as you start connecting, once you are here, some of some of them might tell, once you are in Dubai, call me, or once you are in Dubai, uh, I'll try to help you, or I can help you with the job, or I have vacancy or stuff. So connection is first thing. Second thing is try to have a conversation if possible. And third thing is, moment you start looking at LinkedIn, you there are enough jobs on LinkedIn. Very honestly, if you start applying, that also works. There are a lot of audit firms here, and these are not big four, but these are tier two, but they are as good as big four here. Like Christian Menon is there, Raju Menon is the like senior partner. In PKF there is a Stanley Pereira, or in HLBM there is John Varghese, and these are the people. If you just say hi to them and say that I am looking for a job, they will say this is my HR's ID, or they might forward your CV to their HR, and then the process works. I got at least 10 to 12 people in last few months where they told we got job from India. And generally I used to believe you don't get job from India, and if you get also, they are not one of the best jobs. But I get these people saying that, I got job sitting in Madhya Pradesh or sitting in Punjab, and it was decent paid. Like, otherwise, second problem is when people come to India, they will know your Indian salary, they will add little bit, and they will not give you proper UAE market salary. But of late, I get these people who say that I got job from Punjab and I got for 9,000 or 12,000, which is like
Hmm.
fabulous. So if you are connecting to right people, you end up getting the job sitting in India also. And this is even surprise for me, but I've seen at least 10 to 12 cases where people are getting job from India, and that's why I'm telling that it is possible.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So the first and foremost, the most important thing for all of you guys is to know how to utilize a LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is something which is going to be a game changer, right? For the students of a GIR, those who are already part of a workshop, you know how in detailed manner we have learned on LinkedIn, right? और हमने किस तरीके से LinkedIn को निचोड़ना सीखा है. We have learned how to find out a god also on LinkedIn, right? So you should be smart enough to utilize and check through this session, right, which is going to be helping you out. And those who are part of a current batch or upcoming batches which are there, don't worry. That is going to be covered in your session in a very nice way. And trust me, that is one of my favorite session and the favorite session of all the students. Perfect. So, Bhavish bhai, you're saying ki I'll just cold message them. I'll find out the HR. I'll connect with the people there, right? And I'll talk to them. But the next question is, which you said that ki a lot of companies expect us to come to Dubai. So why they want us to come to Dubai, and how I will go to Dubai? Yeah, do I need to go on a visit visa? Right, that is one. What is the cost of going to a visit visa, or what is the procedure? कैसे मैं apply करूँ? थोड़ा सा, if you could just brief us out.
So a visit visa is the best possible visa, especially 60 days. If somebody comes for 30 days visa, what happens? Technically, you have 22 working days. So as you start reaching, say, close to your visa expiry, your pressure mounts to take a job which is not best job for you. So generally, I tell people come for 60 days visa, and maybe you get a job on 9th day or 15th day or maybe 35th day, but at least you have luxury of ensuring that you choose the best for you. So that's why 60 days visa is most advisable. Visa typically you can get with white background photo, your passport, and pretty much with this, there is a fees obviously. So 60 days visa will be around 750 dirham or 15,000 rupees kind of thing. But with that,
Okay.
you can easily ensure that you have sufficient number of days to find the job. Uh, what else was the question?
So
Yeah.
why I need to come to Dubai to find out a job? मतलब
So
इंडिया से बैठ के क्यों नहीं हो सकता?
So, in past, first of all, lot of people come to Dubai, and if I have a chance to meet a person, see his energy level, and then hire him, then it's much easier. Like I hired somebody, he had a hearing aid deficiency, and I don't mind, and I don't like discriminate. But what happened? I found it challenging to work with him later on, and if he was in person, I will never hire him in that moment, because his job was to speak to international vendors, and he could not understand what they are saying. So that was point number one. Second thing, when you have so many people coming in front of you, why somebody will hire from India? And past experience for few people is, they give an offer to India, somebody in India, and because they have not worked so hard, they start taking it casually, saying that sir, abhi mere मासी की बुआ का लड़के का शादी है, or sir, somebody is not well in my family, and like, You already in your place. You are not stretched. So you are making other person stretch. And when other person sends the visa, he has spent already 200 to 300,000 for your visa. So he is getting upset over it. So people think people who come here are more serious ones. People who come here, you meet them, you understand them. Maybe you take whatever test and you choose them. And you don't mind paying 25% higher for that person rather than person who plays with your business. Like technically people are hiring because they need that person on that day in business, right?
Okay, got it, got it. So just to again summarize why Bhavish sir is referring to go to Dubai, the first reason is companies believe that if you're coming to Dubai, मतलब आप खर्चा करके आए हो, you're a more serious guys compared to India. Will not offer shop which is there. That is first. Second is of course it's better to take an interviews and you get a market standard of what is happening in Dubai. Sitting in India, you might get a lower CTC or lower package, and your negotiation power is going to be less. Third thing, which is there, I think Bhavish sir can make me correct, right? Generally, HR is going to be opening a CV with a number of a Dubai as compared to India. वो Indian numbers देख के CV को फेंक देंगे. मतलब don't take it in the wrong way, but this is a fact. You need to accept it, right? If they see a Dubai number, they'll at least open it and call you, right? Instead of just looking at the Indian number. Bhavish bhai, if you can
Yeah,
just correct me if I'm wrong.
summarized very well. Yeah.
Yes. So that is something which is there. But again, Bhavish, bhai, the question lies is कि if I plan to go for a visit visa for 60 days, and what if I don't get a job? That is first. And second, what is the cost if I go for a 60 days? अगर मैं 60 दिन के लिए सोच रहा हूँ चलो दुबई जाता हूँ तो कितना खर्चा आएगा? Next, what are the steps I need to follow if I want to go to Dubai for 60 days?
So cost is around 100,000 all inclusive. Like, when you are coming, generally, obviously, you will stay in shared accommodation at least for that time, which is like 1,500 plus accommodation, traveling, everything is 3,500 total, which is like 70,000 plus your visa plus your air ticket. So everything taken together is 100,000. Why you need to do it? Because see, your risk reward is very much in your favor. If you spend 100,000 and you are getting 30 lakh versus 9 lakh in your place, it makes sense to at least try at young age to take that bet. If that age you can't take bet, then no age will be good enough for you to take that bet, right? So that's the thought process. What you need to take care is you have maximum number of working days. Say, for example, in Eid here, there are 9 days holiday. If you come during that days, like, you're straight away, you lose those many working days. So people, when they are deciding, say, for example, you come in Ramzan. So Ramzan is half day. So people come and do what is most critical task in a day because they are working much lesser. So I work 9 to 2. So I'll do my finance function. I'll say, recruitment, let's keep it in May or June. Like I don't want to have one more interview at this stage. So that's why come for time when you have maximum number of working days. Ideally October to April are easier month because weather is
Okay.
cold, and weather is cold, you get adapted. If you are really strong, you can come in April and enjoy May, like May summer, but you can still survive. So once you get the job, everything is AC. Your bus stop is AC, your metro is AC, your house is AC, your office is AC. That is not an issue. When you are going for interview, you don't, first of all, you don't afford taxis, so you go walking up to some extent. And in that, if summer heat is intense, it might affect your health. And if you have little fever also, then you can't perform in your, like, you can't be optimal in applying jobs or giving interviews. So that's why it is advisable October to April. But if you are coming, if you don't have option, May, June is also okay to get the job as long as you have maximum number of working days in your trip.
Okay, got it, got it, got it, got it. So, Bhavish bhai, next very interesting question is कि ठीक है, now I've decided कि I'll go on a visit visa and the timeline is perfect because we have 3 months, February, March and April with us, right? तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं जाऊँ, right? That is what my mindset is saying it to me. But the question is जाने के पहले क्या करूँ? You're told कि 1 lakh rupees का मोटा मोटी the average cost is there. ठीक है, I'll arrange 1 lakh rupees or I have that funds in my bank or my parents are ready to support me on this. Right. But what is something which I need to do before I'm going to Dubai?
So mainly like plan your trip where you have maximum number of days, connect to few people in Dubai for sure. Like, few friends, make few friends so that in the evening or say you can go and meet them. So generally I tell people to plan the day once they are here in 4 tranches. One is you have to early morning, say for example 9:30, you can mail everyone because when somebody sees mail early morning, it works fine. But say for example, you send mail when somebody is going home, nobody is going to watch that mail. Second thing is you can call all the HR. So best thing is to connect to few HR also, because if you are connecting from India, few HR, those people will say, once you are here, tell me, I'll try to help you. And then best thing is to go and meet them if possible, so that if there are 100 people on visit, you are the only one they want to recommend, because they've met you, they've connected with you, they know you, so they will recommend you more. Like rather than any CV which is landing in my inbox without me knowing the person. If I know the person, I'll definitely recommend him. So connecting with HRs, talking to them up to some extent, and trying to fix up few appointments. If you are really proactive, fix up your appointments in a way that first week you have few calls or few people to meet, because that will give you different level of confidence. When I
True.
came here in my second stint, like my first stint was absolutely unorganized, but second stint I came in 2013. I had, I wrote to 927 people. Of that, there were 15 people who were ready to interview me, and my first interview had 3 rounds of interview, and on 12th day I had a job offer. So if you come little planned, this is what you can achieve.
Got it. Got it. Got it. If you could hear the number, he said 927 people have written a cold mails. Right, यहाँ पे तो हम लोग एक मेल लिखने को इनको इतना शर्म आता है. Literally, when I interact with students and I ask them how many mails they have sent, they're like, sir, 10 मेल भेजा हूँ, and they expect कि 10 मेल से मुझे जॉब मिल जाएगी. Wow. Right. At least I hope yours are active and you're listening what Bhavish bhai is saying. Right. So genuinely, guys, you need to put in efforts when you're going to be going. One more thing which is there, GR students can give a smile on their faces. We have already created a community of our students, those who are in Dubai. तो हमारे 30 से 35 बच्चे GIR के दुबई में हैं. तो जिस दिन आपका वीजा आ जाएगा उस दिन आप मुझे मैसेज करिएगा, मैं आपको उन लोगों से भी कनेक्ट करवा दूंगा. तो दैट इज ऑल्सो गोना बी हेल्पिंग यू एज अ पार्ट ऑफ अ कम्युनिटी. एंड काफी बार आई हैव सीन लाइट इन लास्ट हर्ष इज देयर, लॉट ऑफ गुड स्टूडेंट्स हु आर देयर. तो वन ऑफ द स्टूडेंट वाज ट्रैवलिंग फ्रॉम दुबई ऑफ आवर जीआर बैच, तो ही वांटेड अकोमोडेशन. तो हर्ष ने बोला मेरे घर पे रुक जा, क्यों खर्चा कर रहा है रहने का भी.
Hmm.
तो उसके रहने का कॉस्ट बच गया. मतलब इट वाज लाइक ही वाज बजटेड 1 लाख रुपीज, इट डायरेक्टली केम डाउन टू 75,000. राइट, तो दैट इज अ पावर विच वी हैव क्रिएटेड. राइट, तो समवन इज कैलकुलेटिंग बैच का फीस 5,000 इंटू 5. राइट, तो अरे बहुत रिकवरी होगा. यू डोंट नो द पावर ऑफ कम्युनिटी गाइज. नाउ आई एम गोना बी टेलिंग यू वी हैव क्रिएटेड अ मोस्ट पावरफुल कम्युनिटी विच इज देयर. ठीक है. तो भावेश भाई is clearly mentioned. So before you go, you need to ensure that you're connected to HRs. You need to tell them that I am coming to Dubai. वहां जाके क्या मुंह देखोगे क्या? नहीं. राइट, हाँ, कोई कह रहा है विल रोम अराउंड. बेटा, यू आर नॉट देयर टू रोम अराउंड. देयर इज अ डेज व्हेन यू कैन रोम अराउंड इजीली. बट यस, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग देयर, you need to at least have connects with HR. Right, you need to at least have a good people with whom you can connect with, talk to the people out. But वो सब लिस्ट रेडी करके जाना पड़ेगा ना, कि वहां जाके ढूंढोगे. बिकॉज वहां पे टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी इज ऑफ कोर्स मोर. योर मनी इज गोइंग राइट एवरी डे. The cost of living is much higher, right? Which is that is something which you cannot afford, right? Of course you can afford, but let's not waste more money, right? A costlier money as compared to this. So India में बैठ के आप पहले list collect करें, right? Prepare your CVs, approach the HR that you're coming to XYZ date, tell to them, right? Connect to as many people as you are going to be going. Once your visa is also out, let me know. I'll also help to connect with my students, those who are in Dubai. So ये भी आपको एक edge मिल जाएगा. These people will help to connect with your references. That is there. Once everything is planned out, right? एक बार आपका वीजा आ गया, once you're going there, you can tell to an HR कि I am there, and then you can talk to the people which are there, and you can schedule your interview accordingly. So Bhavish bhai, just also very interesting thing which I just want you to share. So what type of job vacancies are there in Dubai? मतलब मैं CA fresher हूँ. अब मुझे ये बताओ कि वहाँ डायरेक्ट टैक्स मिलेगा, इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स मिलेगा, DT मिलेगा, IDT मिलेगा, इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग मिलेगा, FDD मिलेगा. What type of job vacancies are there in Dubai?
So, as always in India, also easiest is to get into audit firms. So
Okay.
audit is always there. Apart from that, accounting, finance manager, MIS, financial analyst, these are easy jobs. Like entry level, these are easiest jobs. Obviously, Dubai implemented VAT in 2018. After that, there are enough jobs in VAT. Dubai has implemented corporate tax now, and there are enough opportunities. Like, we are expecting around 5,000 more jobs in next 1.5 year. Like, there are qualified people required for only corporate tax. So just to give you a few examples of where corporate tax comes into picture, corporate tax is 9%. Business is happy to pay the tax, and law is also relatively simple. But the problem is, say for example, every group has uh, A entity, B entity, C entity. So people are hired in A entity, but they are working for B and C. People are taking loan in B entity and then giving A and C those funding. And then people are having property in one company, and so related party comes into play. So that arm's length calculation has to happen, transfer pricing has to happen, to great extent structuring has to happen, so that this transfer pricing ambiguity do not come into picture. So that's where chartered accountant can really add value. Like apart from calculating corporate tax and paying corporate tax, I'll say is so simple that even a non-qualified will do it well. But because corporate tax is coming for the first time, anybody who is very senior in the industry, like I'm a CFO, so I'm a finance director. So I will think I'll hire somebody who will take care of corporate tax. I have created enough value for my group that they will not ask me whether you have gone for training, whether you have done this. So fortunately, there are enough consultancy firms also, and we have relationship. So I can pick up call with any partner and ask him if I have a doubt. But the point is, for execution, people generally hire a fresher and tell him, you study, you go to lecture, you go for training, I'll pay for your training, just ensure you execute tax well. And that is creating a sizable amount of opportunities for fresher in corporate tax. uh, Obviously there are people who are working in banking, investment banking. Equity market is getting heated up now. Like for long, people used to tell me, can I get job in equity research? And I was like, no, there is no equity culture here. If you remember, Shivam, you connected me to Jatin Agarwal,
Yes,
and
yes.
I had no like faith that he will get job. He spoke to me 3 times after he came here. I connected him to Vineet Arora, who has a NAV Capital Fund, and he got
Hmm.
fantastic job. Like he started at 13 and a
Acha.
half, and in first 6 months he will be paid 16,000. So he thanked me enough. Obviously he thanked you enough, and he told, sir, koi bhi ho help karna ho, I'll help. So if anybody comes with, I want to work in equity research, I give Jatin's number. Like, because
Oh,
he's the
great.
only one who has worked at least in that field.
Got it, got it, got it. People are figuring it out what is 13 and a half means. 13 and a half means 3 lakh rupees a month. ठीक है तो that is what he has got. He's like अच्छा 13 and a half की सिर्फ 13.5 लाख मिला उसको नहीं बेटा.
And absolute
Right.
fresher,
Yeah.
absolute
Now,
fresher, like, just came from India and got really into nice place. The like boss is also worth learning from. Like he is very aggressive guy. So I told him, Jatin, stay there. Like, you will make enough over a period of time. Stay there for some time. Like, don't just jump
right.
for small amounts.
True, true, true. Right. Got it. Sir, अभी मेरे को चीजें clear हो रही है and I'm getting clear, right? And that is what the students are saying. Yeah, I'm getting okay. I need to go to Dubai. I need to ensure that I go on a visit visa. I go with the connections. I connect to people. Right, I talk to as many people as there. I schedule my interview before, right? But again, the question is, sir, I'm scared. My family members are scared, right? What is going to be happening, right? So how do I remove my this scariness or a fear from a mindset or a heart, or how could I convince my mom and dad saying that Dubai is something for me, or at least I want to give a shot, or if I go there and work for a year, will I get a chance to come back to India? Or if I don't like the culture, will I get a chance to come back to India? Right. So this is a biggest question.
So, generally I get at least 50 mails every week from people in India, and at least 10 of them are scared, like, scared. So typically they tell me, and I give number of somebody like Achal who came from Madhya Pradesh and like took a job in audit firm. In 9 months, he now moved to a big real estate company. So, when a girl is coming from small place, and, I asked her, where is the nearest airport? And she told some 7 hours or 8 hours and stuff like that. So she came from all the way small place to here and established herself. And I know at least 100 girls who came, few of them semi-qualified, few of them qualified, came here and made their mark. Like one of my niece, distantly, like she knew my sister, so I call her niece. She came as a semi-qualified, took her first job at 5,500. Today she gets 30,000, and she drives BMW. And if I have any need, I tell I need this. She comes all the way driving, like she stays 35 kilometers away. She will be the first one. If I message her saying that I want to see your face, if I say I just want to see your face, she will be the first one to come or from all the way and meet me. So these are girls doing, and from as like semi qualified, and they are making their mark. I have another Rakhi sister, Marwadi girl. She came here as a semi-qualified and was not able to clear CA. And I remember that she was staying in a shared accommodation. So one day she called me, sir, my room partner is not like by my room partner is not allowing me to study. So I was like, in hostel we used to study on staircases. That's the best place to study. Go on the staircase. And Dubai has decent buildings, so beautiful place. Like she studied. I remember I was part of one board meeting and she called me and she started crying. I thought somebody might have misbehaved with her. This, that. I was like, what happened? And she was like, bhai, main pass ho gayi. And I remember that day and today she is a budget control of Etihad Rail with again 30K plus salary. And this is a girl who was struggling to come, now having family here, paid well, 10 years visa. Like, if you have 30 plus K salary, 30K plus salary, you get 10 years visa, which is like then you are not dependent on your employer and stuff. So every time I see this story, I was like, what are we afraid of? These are girls coming from Rajasthan. These are girls coming from rural of Gujarat who can't speak English well, people who are semi-qualified, and they come and make their mark. And guy is telling me after working from Big Four, sir, I'm afraid to come. I was like, what nonsense. So I can't understand this fear part of it, because if you are
Got it.
if you are afraid of anything in life, you will never achieve anything. Like we are too
True.
young. Like we are not in our 80s, or we are not 12 years old where we have to worry. At 24, you can maybe defeat the world. If you can't go with that conviction, then it's difficult to help. Very honestly. Yeah. What else was there? Yeah. So fear is one thing.
And how to convince family?
So, to be very honest, Dubai is 2 or 3 hours away by flight, technically from Mumbai,
True.
Gujarat, Rajasthan. If you are in somewhere south, maybe 3.5 hours. This is not even very big distance today, where the world is progressing. And if you stay in India, sometimes it happens that you are not getting job. Say for example, you are in Indore, you are not getting job in Indore, and you end up going Bangalore or Bombay, and then earn 9 or 10 lakh. Instead of that, you come to Dubai, you get 30 lakh. Trust me, after you spend 1 year, after you get your driving license, and after you call your parents here, they will tell that I'm proud of this decision. I have one friend, his father used to tell me, they are pure like Vaishnav, so Lord Krishna's devotees. So they were like, I don't want my son to go to Dubai and all. And I was like, okay. And after a few years, obviously his son did not listen to father, came here. His brother came here. His brother was working in Henkel. Henkel gave them transfer from India to Dubai. Today father is here, mother is here, and every time I meet him, he tells, one of the best thing you did is on. So he came to drop somebody, another friend, to airport, and I convinced his father on airport, saying that you should think about changing your decision about your son, because he will feel much more empowered there. And every time I meet him, he tells me that most intelligent like one of the most crucial decision you convinced me was this, and because of this my entire family's life has changed. So
Got it.
people have to think what they want in their life. Trust me, Dubai is not so bad. Like you have every freedom which you have in India here, be it spending your Diwalis, be it taking holiday on your 26th Jan and 15th August. Like we have fantastic event happening in consulate. Uh, like employers encourage you to go to consulate. If you are going, consulate is so caring that if you tell you have a problem, they will come all out to help. I remember during COVID, one of like I told my niece, her father expired, and I called a consulate saying that I need ticket for her, like booking. So they have 5% quota. They immediately removed the quota and allowed her to fly. So consulate is so easy here. Like you can get passport in 3 days from consulate in Dubai. If you are in India, at least it takes 15 days. I don't know more, but at least 15 days. So they are very cooperative, cordial. A relationship with Narendra Modi and Sheikh Nayan is also very warm. They are opening one of the biggest temple in Abu Dhabi, and so it doesn't feel like you are outside India, very honestly. And if you are compelled to go to some another city, you will find like at least face those cramped infrastructure challenges. Here you meet 200 nationalities, lot of polished people to learn from, a lot of cross culture learning in terms of Europeans are very health conscious. They will spend enough time for their like healthcare. They will spend time with family. They don't work after 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, and you can't make a European work. Like they're that disciplined about leaving the space, workspace.
Got it, got it. तो भावेश भाई वहाँ पे हाउ इज द सीन ऑफ वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस? मतलब यहाँ पे द वर्क टाइमिंग इन इंडिया इज 10 a.m. to, right? But
Yes.
that is two, right? So you need to
So,
complete the sentence, right? Which
so,
companies completed day or week or depending on a day. But
so
how's the work life there? Yeah.
So there are firms like my firm do not track my time. So today when I left 4:30 or something, I got call from this girl Achal who's ex JIR. So she called me, sir, nikal gaye aap? So I was like, yeah. So she was like, I was thinking how you will reach, and she's just little junior. She was telling me that I want to tell Shivam sir that someday I want to be part of it. So like, you are
अच्छा,
most welcome.
oh
You will do better
I'll
than me,
invite her.
because firsthand I have never seen, like, I've seen at least 500 people moving to Dubai, qualified chartered. This girl is amongst top 5 in my list. um, she messaged me. So her story is, she messaged me on the day she completed CA final exam saying that, sir, I want to come to Dubai. So I told, beta, CA, let's wait a little bit, let's wait till result. So she wrote to me saying, pass to ho hi jaunge. And I was like, okay. And day her result came, she sent me a result with 575 marks. I was like, please come here. Nobody in this on this earth can stop you from getting good job. In 9 days he messaged me, and generally people come and people can't figure out, so they will say, sir, like, I'm not getting call or this and that. She wrote to me saying that I have 4 offers, I want to know which one is the best one. And like, again, bow down to you, like, I have not seen such fire in anybody before. First attempt, like, 4 offers in 9 days is like phenomenal. So I think, Shivam, you should ask Achal to be there, and
नहीं नहीं, done done done. नहीं
anybody
नहीं,
then will
really.
not be scared, anybody will be super confident. And she does today also, like, if somebody very fresher comes, especially girls, then I send to her saying that, she's not confident, can you speak? And she convinces, like, why it makes sense.
Perfect, perfect. So I remember, right, Achal, she's from our GR30 batch, right? And I think she's based out of Ahmedabad, right?
No,
So
I
she,
think Indore or somewhere in Madhya Pradesh. Achal Jain.
अच्छा,
uh,
अच्छा then, okay. So I don't know
yeah.
the city, but yes, I remember she's a part of a 30 batch, which is there, right? And happy to say ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो GR के गए हैं, right? And the best part is that there's a community which we have built, right, among GR students. The people help each other. At the time, even if you go to convocation और आप गलती से वहाँ पे जोर से GR चिल्लाना, ठीक है, डेमो दे रहा हूँ, है ना, GR चिल्लाना, you will feel that people will see around and they said मैं भी GR का हूँ, फिर वो आपको गले लगेगा आके, right? So that is a community and the power which we have built in, right? Which has taken a hell lot of effort. So this is a 4 year, but trust me, that is what we are trying to do. We are on an aim and a vision to help each and every one of you, right? Now, one more important thing, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि दुबई नहीं मिला तो फिर you need to sit down and come crying, right? There are good jobs in India as well. You can do wonders here as well. But the perception and the thought process of doing this session is to at least open up your mindset and help you, let you know that there's a lot of opportunities outside India which is growing. Right? So Bhavish bhai, I just also want you to highlight for our students ki what are the opportunity other than Dubai or different countries which are there where CA fresher can go.
So, first of all, Dubai mein job nahi milega is impossible. Like, I have not seen rejection rate of, like, 1% also. Like, I have 2 to 3 people who left of 500, which is less than 1%, right? So, and they had specific reasons. Like, I had a friend who came from Bombay, and I told, don't bring your wife when you are coming to search the job, because, it becomes difficult. You want to fight a war, you cannot go with the family. You have to go alone, right? So at least you have to be in that mode till you get the job. So I had one friend, he came with wife, and his wife was not feeling well, he did not go for interview. And similar reasons he kept on giving me, and that was one person who left. And there was one more person who could not find. So I I helped 500 people, 3 people have not got the job. So this is fantastic rate to start with. Apart from that, today UK is super short of qualified people, and I have at least
Okay.
quite a few people who are working in UK is expensive, like, inflation is high, they have challenges, but for qualified people generally it is easy to manage. I yesterday was speaking to a friend of mine who was in Dubai and went to Ireland. And Ireland easily pays 50,000 euro. Anybody who is having any Big Four experience, even 6 months, 9 months kind of. He was telling Deloitte and EY is hiring there. So guy's
Okay.
name is Rahul Shah. He was in Dubai and he got sitting here. He did articleship in EY Bombay. So he got job in EY Ireland for 50,000 euro plus plus plus. So he was telling Dubai's work-life balance is much better than Bombay, but Ireland is even nirvana situation. Like 3 4 months you work, after that it's 2 hours kind of work in a day kind of. And he was doing Dublin airport's interview, audit, and he was doing next was Google. So you can understand the kind of client also you are getting, right? Um, so
Got
obviously,
it.
like there are, US has enough shortage of accountant, US has big shortage of accountants, and that's why there's big outsourcing opportunity for India, right? It's just whether you want to go to that far, like, if you're okay with cold country, if you are okay with traveling 14 hours flight. There are people like, this guy who called me yesterday. He told me, Bhavish bhai, thought process is 2 saal 21 months in critical skill category, you get Ireland's PR, and then you get passport eventually, and you don't have to then depend on an employer. He was like, नदर्न लाइट्स देख के आ जाऊंगा, 15 यूरोप के कंट्री देख लूंगा 2 साल में, पासपोर्ट आ जाएगा, देन I'll come back to Dubai maybe. So like, at 24, if you are qualified, this should be the aim, right? You see 10 15 countries, you learn from people around, you see cultures across, and that is fun. So entire Europe is available at this point for chartered accountants. US has shortage, Canada has shortage to an extent. Canada is little bit difficult, but US has definitely big shortage. Europe has big shortage. Saudi is coming up in a big way. Saudi pays 3 times Dubai's salary for anybody who has UAE experience. So they are poaching people from here because they have very aggressive plan to create Saudi in a particular way, and that's why a lot of people from Dubai get poached, and that's why Dubai has still always a vacancy. Maybe
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Qatar pays better than Dubai, if anybody knows. Oman has enough opportunities. So entire GCC pack. I don't like Kuwait as a country for jobs, but barring that, every country is much better in terms of
Mm.
opportunities, in terms of number of Indians, in terms of way they treat expat versus locals.
Got it. Got it. Got it. And Bhavish bhai, in fact, my family have also started shifting to Dubai. I don't know, right? My mama have shifted to Dubai. My fui have shifted to Dubai, right? मतलब मेरी family भी move होना start हो गई है. And in fact, I am also getting motivated after listening you कि मैं यहाँ इंडिया बैठ के इतना tax भर रहा हूँ, right? I should also seriously think on shifting my venture to Dubai, right? मतलब I don't know if these people have convinced or not, but I got a lot of convinced saying that कि yes, definitely, which is there. Right, it's not to demotivate anyone, but it's just more about knowing the facts what they are, right? And definitely you need to plan your things, you need to understand the things out, right? ऐसा नहीं कि सब कुछ अच्छा ही होता है, right? Bhavish bhai, if you could also highlight on what bad side can be also there, right? So that at least ऐसा ना हो कि people are just having only a positive energy कि नहीं नहीं सब sorted है, दुबई चला गया तो I'll become the next crorepati or I'm the next Ambani, which is there. So again, just on highlight on what negative things can be there in their life if they go to Dubai.
So anywhere in the world, if you meet wrong people, say for example, like, there are people who are very coming from decent family, and you come here, meet few friends, few people are drinking, you get into those habits. Like, I have a friend, he came here and saw some night parties. He used to bunk the job and go for night parties, and then he destroyed himself to a great extent. So those are possibilities, because if you are not so you have stayed in family, not came out, not seen. We were from hostel, so we were very clear about life, and I never found any challenge adapting to Dubai. But if you are coming from very closely warm family, there are people. I have a friend who is Jain, and he tells, I can't eat anybody's food except my mom's. And he came here, and first few months he had a tough time, because anywhere egg is written, he can't eat. Anywhere, say, potato, he can't eat. Onion, he can't eat. So still Dubai has enough Jain food, very honestly. But where he was working in that particular area, it was little bit of a challenge. So he started spoiling his health a bit. So this can be another challenge. Like Dubai has 700 restaurants only in Karama. It's called food capital of Dubai. So every, like, Suk Sagar, Sahara Sagar, Haji Ali Juice Center, everything which is there in India, Puran Mal, everything is there in Dubai, whether it's a Sarvana Bhavan or whether it's a, so everything is there in Dubai. But a few people might face challenge ki, if you are habituated to it, like I like my mom's food only, then that becomes a challenge. So if you have not stayed outside, if you have never moved outside, then sometimes you feel homesick for sure. That is one of the possibility. If you come in summer, maybe weather can take toll on you. If on your first year, like your second year onwards, you get habituated how to survive in that weather. But outside degree is sometimes 50, and 50 is not tolerable by any means. And if you just go on a walk without thinking much, or if you think you are used too strong, then you can literally have effect. Rest all is good. I don't think so. There is any problem. But yeah, wrong company, maybe choices of food sometimes can be difficult. But barring that, job is easy. I don't think so. Work life is that much of a problem. It's much better than India. You will at least so 10 to 6 max. In Big Four, maybe 7.5, so 10 to 7:30. And if you hear about Ireland, which I'm getting big fan of nowadays, Friday boss cannot call after 12:30, and Monday to Thursday 5:15 is cut off. After that, boss cannot call you. So that's
Oh,
amazing, right? 8 hours means 8 hours on Friday. So they have 34 hours work culture. We have around 48 hours is written officially. We do 45 or something. Like, nobody does more than 45. Yeah. And India is somewhere around 60, is 60.
80, sir. Got it, got it, got it.
So,
Great.
so you get little bit more time also. Ramadan is half day. Friday, Saturdays are holiday. Saturday, Sundays are holiday. Then you have 30 days only to come to India. You have 15 days sick leave. You have 15 national holidays like their national day or Eid and stuff. So technically, India works 245 days or something. Like if you have 5 days a week, UAE works 183 days. That's why people say Dubai wale bahut ghumte rehte. Like because we have too many holidays, we have money. What we'll do? We will go Europe trip, we'll go Turkey trip, we'll go maybe Andaman, Nicobar or Kashmir, yeah, wherever we can, based on the weather and stuff.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. Great. So great. I think we have covered most of the things which are there, right? One of the things for the students for GR watching, and we will have more detailed session, right? Of course, with other mentors, and Bhavish is also going to be taking more session with you guys on resume building, right? On how to prepare for interviews, what type of questions are going to be asked. And we are also going to be inviting a lot of speakers for you guys so that you can prepare well if you're targeting to Dubai. And second, once you're going to Dubai, show me your visa. Right after that, then we'll add you to the group which is there so that you can also connect with our past batch students and you can definitely uh, prepare well and you can achieve your goal and target which is there. So great. For the people, those who are watching us on YouTube, right? Really thank you, right, for this watching us, right? And definitely, if you have any more queries or doubts, you can definitely put it out in the comment section, right? Our team on Bhavish Bhai will try to answer it in a best possible manner, right? And trust me, till now, I think every one of you are convinced or have got some clarity regarding foreign jobs or getting a jobs in Dubai, right? You can just drop yes or no in the chat. Right, we'll be happy to read. Right, we'll be happy to read, which is there. Okay, I think most of you have enjoyed it and have got a decent clarity which is there. So great, great. So YouTube पे जो भी connected है, right? Wish you guys all the best, right? And definitely, if any more help is needed, CA Monk team and Bhavish Bhai is always there with you to guide you and support you as well.